All right, so I have Angelo here today, and Angelo is one of our clients at Blue Apple Marketing. Angelo has been doing an amazing job with influencers, and he has some really interesting strategies and such for business growth. Angelo, I don't know all your background and stuff. Could you share, what your background is and how you got into business and such?
Yeah, so I've been in sales for as long as I can remember. So I think sales and marketing has just been something that I've always been attracted to, and I've just had a lot of experience over the years. My first business I started in 2013, which was more of a passion project slash hobby. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it as profitable as I wanted to, but I learned so much in the process. I was importing liquor from other parts of the world. I had a small distribution company, and when you think about liquor and that's type of product placement, I mean, influencers are very, very big in that industry, in that sector. So, I learned a lot about social media, influencer outreach, digital marketing in that time that has really prepared me for, what we're doing today with Spin Art and everything. So yeah, I mean, sales and marketing has always been my thing. It's kind of second nature to me. And like I said, this would technically be my fifth LLC. So, I've had
Nice.
some experience over the years with different businesses, but SpinArt has definitely been the funnest one.
Yeah.
I think with the the visual appeal, just the studio and the whole vibe of the location just makes it a lot more fun than anything else I've owned before.
Nice. So you've done the liquor distribution and then spin art, and what were the other ones that you've been going through?
So I currently own a rental car fleet, primarily on Turo. I'm up to 19 cars right now on Turo. I've also invested in real estate. I have a few properties in Arizona as well, and I'm working to acquire a automotive body shop here very soon, hopefully, to kind of integrate with my fleet and have some synergies and some cross marketing, using the rental car fleet and the auto body shop.
Nice. Okay. So let's tangent to how you've been doing with influencer marketing, because we've been working together on that and you've just taken it by storm and done really great. So like what is influencer marketing? Let's start with that.
Yeah, so influencer marketing is just basically outreach to influencers, to some media agencies and stuff to help promote your business. I think the biggest key, and this is, where I've had my success, is really understanding your market, knowing who's hot, who's relevant, who is, making the cool videos, who people want to follow and want to emulate and take their advice and go different places. So I think the most important thing is building a list of all the influencers in your market, and then strategizing which ones to approach first. With Spin Art, I was, I like I said, I had social media experience in the past, so I kind of already had a pulse on, the market here and understand who's doing what and who's hot and who's not. So I prioritized the influencers that I reached out to. And we started with one in particular that I just knew once her audience got a hold of, were introduced to spin art and what we're doing, it was really going to open doors for us with not just revenue and business, but also opening doors so other influencers can collaborate with us as well. And I think that's really important, because if you start with the wrong one that doesn't get the right attention or doesn't look as cool, or just doesn't have the right type of influence, then you may just kind of be spinning your wheels and not getting anywhere. I think because we started with someone that was so popular and was really had influence on her audience. Once other influencers saw that she was working with us and how cool spin art is, it kind of opened the door for all the other influencers that they just wanted to come work with us. They wanted to, it went from literally me sending, I don't know how many DMs, 50 DMs to all these different influencers, very, very little response. But once I got a hold of the one that I knew would kind of set us up, all the other influencers wanted to work with us. And then at that point, it was just sort of inbound versus, us reaching out to them.
Nice. So I guess if we were to go over like maybe the three steps. So first you're going out there, you're doing research on I guess the followers primarily, right? Is that what you'd say?
Yeah, the audience is super important. You want to make sure that we're catering to an audience that we in turn are going to be customers. So yeah, the first thing is researching the influencers, the actual audience and who they're appealing to, and then the amount of audience that they have too. Obviously, you want to go with someone that has the larger following so we can get more eyes and more exposure.
Got it. So you go over there, research the audience, research the actual person, make sure it's in the right audience with everyone else. And then the second thing would be, of course, you just do mass reach outs at that point, like lots of DMs.
Lots of DMs. And something else too, that if you're not getting success with sending out mass DMs, um, a couple things you can do is you can comment on certain posts and say, hey, I have a really cool idea where we can collaborate. Please check your DM, and maybe do that over several posts so you can kind of get their attention. If that doesn't work, then another good strategy is, most of these influencers have some type of event or something that they're promoting, right? They're always collaborating, always doing something,
Right.
always planning and preparing something. So if they're not responding to you, the best thing to do is buy a ticket or show up to that event and meet them in person and be like, hey, I'm here, I'm supporting you, I'm checking this out. This is really cool. I have another idea I'd like to run by you. And, I think influencers are more open to that if you see that you're supporting them and what their initiative is or whatever event that it is that they're doing. Meeting them in person will just, kind of get you ahead of the line and get you some FaceTime so you can actually, present whatever collaboration it is that you want. So
Awesome. So let's say the third step, you get in contact with the influencer. How do you go about creating a collaborative exchange? So do you pay them? Do they pay you? Do you use a discount code? How does that work?
So I learned this the hard way, but I think just making some type of offer to collaborate, starting with, an exchange to come into our studio. You can bring in up to 8 guests or whatever the number is, and then see what they say. Um, what I've noticed is if you offer them, obviously if you offer them cash, they're going to take it. But a lot of these influencers, they don't even, I don't want to say they don't care, but it's not even like they didn't even ask for it. There's a few influencers that, have hundreds of thousands of followers that came into the studio for absolutely free. They just wanted an exchange to bring in their friends or their family or whoever and be able to create content themselves and say, hey, this is a new cool idea. You heard it here first, and that sort of thing. So I think just extending an invitation for like a group of them is like the starting point. If they're not open to that, then they're going to let you know. They're going to tell you, no, we charge this much or it's this much or whatever. But I think it's important to start with just an invitation, because a lot of times they can just take it. But then if they're not open with an invitation, if they're not cool with it and they want to get paid, then they're going to let you know.
Got it. And that's what you've done so far. So you've done that initial, invitation type of thing after, of course, you learned it, and then, some people you have paid to come on in.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And then have you done any discount codes, or you put a discount code on their profile or anything like that?
Yeah, we actually have done that with majority of the influencers that we've worked with. So it's a good way to incentivize our audience, first of all, so they have, you know, an incentive to go. But it's a good way to track and, you know, build your data and see, you know, what influencers is working, what influencers are not, because, you know, you'll see that come across with their discount code.
Nice, nice. All right. That I think that concludes like our influencer like segment here. And like you have so many great ideas. If anyone ever wants to reach out to us,